So Matt from Matt's Off-Road Recovery is an expert in using a recovery rope as a recovery tool, and I've used an awful lot of snatch straps in my time, but I've never used one of those. He's never used one of these. So in this video, we're going to go and do a bit of a test and see what each other's experience is like. Here at MadMatt 4 Drive, I'm all about educating and building the four-wheel drive community so you can wheel well. I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and hit the bell, and also do it on his channel as well.
We had a plan to go to the Hurricane Sand Dunes today. We woke up this morning and the wind is just whipping. It's just brutal out there. We actually did drive out there and nobody wanted to even step out of the Jeep with the wind and the sand blowing. So we came to this location where the wind, we're protected from the wind.
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
It's blowing good right now.
It's not as ideal for getting stuck. I think we found a good place where we can get this tested, but well, it is what it is.
So we're thinking at this point that we're going to do 4 recoveries. We're going to bog the white Jeep and we're going to use the window towing yellow banana for the recovery vehicle, but we're going to swap drivers in this. So I'm going to drive this for 1 snatch recovery and 1 recovery rope recovery, and you're going to do the same. And then we're going to compare notes at the end of this and see what we've learnt and see what we think. Should we do it?
I think we should. I'm
all right.
Pretty interested.
I'm going to go and get that bogged.
All right. That shouldn't be too hard. He's been following me all morning. I've been, you know, picking some technical things, and he's been keeping up with that with Casey's Jeep that's been beat to pieces. So pretty good wheeler right there. At least we got you the right-hand drive so that you're more at home.
Yeah, that's right. Right-hand drive on a left-hand drive, right-hand drive road. It's all wrong. I think this is going to work. I'm going to be bogged. Well, Matt, I think I'm stuck.
It's looking like it from here.
Yeah, I think that's going to work, man. I think we got enough, like, that's going to take a bit of a hit to pull me out of there, right?
I agree with that.
So Matt, let me know when we're pulling.
All right, I'm gonna back up and see if we can get a repeatable amount of slack.
Copy.
All right, I backed up 1 rotation. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. So I'm ready when you are. I'm gonna have just the wheels turning slightly.
Give me the go ahead.
Ready? Okay, I'm ready when you are. Okay, I'm up. So I'll just pull you backwards and back down in there. Okay, I'm stuck again.
All right, we'll change to the snatch strap. So how was that?
I hardly felt you. I heard you pulling up, but yeah, I didn't feel much.
Okay.
How did it feel from your side? Very light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You came right out. You came out easier than I thought you were.
Yeah. Well, we'll just see how the snatch strap goes.
You ready?
I'm ready when you are, Matt.
Oh, wow. Do you feel any difference?
Not from my side.
I don't feel any difference from my side either.
No. Did it feel like it was much of a hit? I don't think so.
Very, very similar feeling. Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll swap drivers. I'm ready to go, Matt. Just tell me, did you just full floor it or just get a little bit of momentum in?
It was just a gentle acceleration, not very much. I'm gonna do both of these with no throttle because the job seemed really easy on my end when I was in there. I'm gonna just put it in drive and let you pull me out of here.
Yeah, I did more or less the same on the snatch recovery. The recovery rope, I did do a little bit of throttle, but yeah, agreed. Okay, I'm gonna go.
I'm ready.
back up and then I'll swap over. Okay, and here we go. We'll just come right up here, eh? What do you reckon, Matt?
Well, honestly, I felt like this was slightly harsher. Did you notice any difference at all?
I mean, you know, I would love to have that properly bogged where you really got to get the momentum into this to stretch them out. I don't feel like we were really stretching these just because of the scenario we're in. Like, we're trying to do it as honest as we can. But yeah, I think that was harsher, which I didn't expect.
One thing to keep in mind though, this rope is rated up to a vehicle that's like the recovery vehicle can be up to 9,000 pounds.
Okay.
So this is probably not much more than 3,500 pounds.
Right.
I'm just above 4,000 pounds.
Right.
So we're kind of at one end of the spectrum of this rope. If you were a much heavier vehicle, I think it would allow this rope to do more what it's supposed to do.
And that raises a really important point when you're using snatch straps. People often think bigger is better. Well, that's not actually the correct. You need to have a snatch strap that is rated 2 to 3 times the weight of the lightest vehicle in the recovery. Now, out of these two vehicles, identical vehicles, but because of mods, larger tires, that is the heavier vehicle.
Axles are what make that heavy.
So, but essentially in metric terms, because that's the world I work in, an 8,000 kilogram strap, which that snatch strap is, so I think that's 17,500 pound. I think that's what that box is for that one. But that strap is pretty much correctly rated for these these vehicles, and we're thinking this is probably a little heavy.
Yeah, slightly heavy.
Right.
I think we, especially the condition you were in, I think a 3/4 inch recovery rope would have been the correct size. It wasn't harsh. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't harsh. There was a little bit. It was just a little difference.
Yeah.
And maybe doing them on 2 separate days or a couple hours apart, you might not even notice it. But since we did them back to back, just right there, same situation, I could feel just a slight difference.
This little bit of testing, which to be honest, I'd like to do this again with a serious bogging scenario. My assumption at this moment is they're pretty much the same.
Right.
If I had to pick, this was probably a little bit harsher, but I agree, if the rating of this is higher, that'll be why.
Right.
And so at this point in time, 50-50.
Yeah, I'd say 50-50. I do know, I don't have any experience with a snatch strap long term. I've done one pull with a snatch strap, and I've been recovered once with a snatch strap.
So that's it.
So that's all I've got. I can attest to the durability of the recovery rope.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that there is a lifespan for the snatch strap.
Yeah. So and that's not the case for a recovery rope now, which raises an interesting point, because a snatch strap maybe costs you $60 for a good quality snatch strap, but it's only going to be good for about 10 recoveries or 10 hits. A hit is one forward, stretching motion about 10 times. Then you throw that in the bin. So what's that? $6 for every hit.
Okay.
If you break that down, these are going to cost you what?
These are $210 nominally, somewhere right around there.
But yesterday you were telling me you've done recoveries off these how many times?
I figure 250 recoveries is long. Yeah, if I don't do any damage to it with sharp edges.
So that's now down to like $1 per hit with this. So if you're working on that, these are a far cheaper recovery method.
And I think there's another factor. And once again, I'm just from what I've seen on the internet, snatch straps, there's a lot of videos of those breaking.
Yeah, and I've done a bunch of those on my YouTube channel. If you ever want to check them out, just go to MadMatt 4WD, YouTube it, Google it. I'll annoy you for the rest of your life. Yeah. But I've done some testing on that. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and these, I've never seen one that wasn't damaged brake. And when I mean damaged, I mean like a quarter of it ground off for like 4 or 5 inches.
Wow.
That's the only time I've seen these break.
Yep.
So.
Well, Matt, you know what I'd like to do as another video? Maybe we could, if we can get out of here, which is probably another video, but I'd like to go back to your shop and cut one of these open and see what's inside one of these.
Let's do it.
All right. As you can tell, Matt and I weren't terribly excited about the results we got out of that video. And it was primarily because the white Jeep didn't get bogged hard enough. And oh well, that's what happens when you go out and do filming. So we've continued the conversation, Matt and I, and since I've been back here in Australia, I've done some more videos around ropes versus snatch straps and exploring that. So there is an ongoing conversation about it, and we would love you to be part of it. So to do that, just hit the subscribe button and the bell, and then we can all learn together from this series of videos that we're putting out. Now, Matt and I did go back to his yard and we did cut open a rope, so that video is going to be coming out soon enough as well. You know what, if you'd like to support the MadMatt 4WD YouTube channel, in the description there is a bunch of links to the products we've used in the creation of this video, and by purchasing those you support the channel, and if you use the code MadMatt on checkout you can get 10% off. If you'd like to see us get out of the valley, well, that footage is going to be tacked on the end of this video. I'm MadMatt, stay safe on the trails. This is a big sandy hill, and to be honest, I'm not convinced that's getting up there.
There's been a couple times it hasn't in the past. So.
Yeah, well, I'm going to give it everything she's got. The trouble is she pretty much doesn't shift down gears in the gearbox, so until it's too late, and then it just wheel spins. So anyway,
well, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna let you go first. Something about this sand, when it gets moisture in it, it gets churned up, and what little bit you have right now, the next time you won't have as much.
Right. So okay, so I'll go first. Give it the best shot. We're aired down at 8 psi.
Yeah, if you don't make it up on the first try, it's not worth trying it on the second try. The best thing is going to be to get us hooked up and get you around that corner. We don't have very many tries.
Are you going to get up?
Yeah, I'll get up.
Oh, he's confident. Okay, all right. Well, let's see where this ends up.
That's why they call him Mad Matt.